opens up other ideas, and it kind of keeps us going.
Yeah, and it just helps us see more of in a visual way, for me anyways, that this is reaching out to people, that this is making, somewhat of an impact.
Yeah, and I've actually seen that with my speaking. It's like some people, they'll be feeling like they want to say something. They'll be feeling like they want to come up to me afterwards and say how they feel about what I said, or offer a compliment, or offer a comment, or just say hello. Others, they'll take it away, they'll appreciate it, but they won't say anything. They'll just be silent about it. And more power to them. They can do whatever makes them feel comfortable. But as somebody who's a speaker, as somebody who puts themselves out there, it's great to get feedback. So I think, like Dave said, it would be nice to get some comments and to see how you guys feel about this. I know that everybody is busy, everybody's got things they gotta do, and it's difficult to sit down and dedicate 45 minutes out of your day to listen to us talk. But for those of you who will in the future, and those of you who tuned into the first episode, thank you, because it means a lot to us. We care about making a positive difference and making you think profoundly about disability, culture, positivity, and just inclusion, being mindful, and how you perceive others with disabilities. Because like all these shows, with Tyrion Lannister, with Brandon Stark, these, especially Game of Thrones, it's a worldwide show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people realize how many people watch that. And
I'm upset that we have to wait 1.5 years for the finale.
Dude? Oh my god. But anyway, me and Dave can get off on a tangent with different things, but we want to keep this very focused. So again, if you have anything you want us to talk about, please let us know. And so like I was saying, the reach of these shows, the impact they can have just by the number of people who watch it, to put somebody with a disability as one of the crucial characters to the plot line. Because let's be honest, if Tyrion dies, there is no more Game of Thrones. Okay? If Brandon Stark dies, there is no more Game of Thrones. And the good doctor, the guy with the autism, center character, main character. Stranger Things, the kid with the cranial dysplasia with his bones and his teeth. One of 3 main characters. So these people are crucial to the plot lines, and they're very powerful and important characters, and they have disabilities, and they are making an impact. And we are not just somebody who you can feel good about. We're here to make an impact, and we're normal, average people. So we care about what it is we're doing. We care about it. And we're not some special people. We're average people. And that's something that I keep repeating, is because if you're somebody else out there with a disability and you're like, oh, I can't do what they do, I can't do what Jamie does, I can't do what Dave does. It might be his second time doing it, but this kid is crushing it.
Thank you, Jamie.
And it takes a lot of courage to do this. Because there could be one person listening, or there could be 50. You don't know unless you tell us who is out there. And and it takes a lot of time to think about, what are we going to talk about? Because you can't just come on here and say the same thing over and over again. But it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there. It takes a lot of courage to say who you are. And it's not just a bunch of crap. It's coming from the heart. It's very honest, and it's an everyday life type of atmosphere. If you want to know what it's like to be somebody in a wheelchair, if you want to know what it's like to have cerebral palsy, we're two people that actually have it.
Yes.
And we're going to tell you because knowledge is power. And just because we started off talking about Hollywood, it doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way for the whole time that we're on here. It's just to start the conversation. And if you want us to, we'll come back to it. But it's just to get the conversation going. But, it's to share our ideas, it's to share our perspective. I mean, I know a lot about Dave already. I know pretty much everything there is to know about this kid. But he's got a lot more to offer. Mm. And so I know that I'm looking forward to this, and I know that he is too. I know that he's looking forward to getting better at doing it. And there will be less gaps and less time where he just smiles at the camera.
Yes.
But each time we do this, we will try to improve on our topics and our subject matter for you guys. So thanks, and we'll continue talking about Hollywood and about disability stuff, unless Dave wants to add on what I was saying.
No, we can continue, Jamie. You hit it right on the button.
Okay, we're currently right at 38 minutes, so we are gonna have about 10 more minutes because I know that we're coming to the end of our hour here.
Yes.
So, what did you think about our conversation today? You got any final thoughts?
Just I hope Hollywood keeps coming up with these shows and
keeps building on a good thing.
Keeps building on a good thing, and I know because we're only two kids and we're trying to make a difference, to our viewers. But we know, like, how everyone watches movies, TV shows. It's a whole worldwide thing, which there's so much negativity
that surrounds the world. Like, this is one positive thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. That I just hope that Hollywood keeps going with this, and because it brings TV shows, movies, like Jamie and I have said, Game of Thrones is worldwide. Like, I know I talked to about probably 30 different people about Game of Thrones. I don't know how many different people.
When I saw the last numbers, the season 7 premiere attracted 10.8 million viewers.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. And I know I read somewhere online, and I know. People are going to say you can't trust everything you read online.
Yeah.
But I read somewhere, and I'm not saying that this is truth or gospel or whatever, but I read somewhere that it's a HBO record for the series, 10.8 million viewers. So just consider the impact. You got two main characters with disabilities.
Disabilities or
events that led to them becoming disabled.
Yes.
And you got 10.8 million viewers watching as the plot develops. And these two main characters who now live with challenges. I know you're gonna say, oh well, it's a fantasy world, it's not real. It's the idea, it's the premise. So I know that there's not really dragons flying around. There's not really like White Walkers that are coming into like where we are in Situate right now. It's the premise, it's the idea, it's the whole movement that it's creating. It's encouraging diversity. It's encouraging inclusion. It's the idea. So nobody take what, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to see a White Walker outside my window. No, you're not. It's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good idea. And I really hope, like Dave says, that they keep going with it. Because Hollywood is catching a lot of criticism right now for different stuff. But this is one thing they are doing right. And, yeah.
Yes. And, so, I think we're about to wrap this up. And I wanted to say thank you again for viewing this. And, like I said, this is only my second time doing something like this. So I'm sorry for the pauses and, it might seem like Jamie's doing a lot of the talking. Hopefully further down the line, I can talk more and with less pauses. And we are going to try to do this podcast as a weekly basis type thing. I know we took about 2 weeks off, but hopefully we can continue this weekly.
Yeah, because especially if we start getting some great responses and people start engaging with us, that would be very encouraging. So thank you guys again, and please follow the podcast will be displayed on Dave's Facebook, my Facebook, and I don't think you have a Twitter, do you?
No.
Well, I have Facebook and Twitter. Dave has Facebook. And this podcast will also be posted on my YouTube channel. So if you want to, you can follow my YouTube channel, which is James Breen. Okay. Any final thoughts about anything we talked about today, Dave?
No.
Alright. He's all good, and I'm cooked, so stick a fork in us. Until next time, this is Two Anchors Podcast. Keep it rolling.